अपना वतन जो होता है वो सबको प्यारा होता है। मुझे अपने वतन से मोहब्बत है, वैसे तो मैं 82 से यहाँ आ रहा हूँ।
When an Ahmadi is killed, right? That's not the end of the story. That's not that you bury them and that's the end. That's the beginning.
Well, in Pakistan, you don't have to do anything in order to commit a crime if you're an Ahmadi. You just have to be an Ahmadi.
With rising anti-Ahmadiyya persecution in Pakistan, an event was held at the University of Cambridge to highlight the difficulties Ahmadis are facing there daily.
We organised this event in Cambridge to highlight the persecution of Ahmadi Muslims in Pakistan, and the way we did this is we did a screening of the Faith in Chains documentary, and we got a beautiful room here in Cambridge where we invited university students, professors and members of the public to come here and learn about the community, the Jamaat, and also about the difficulties that they face in Pakistan.
The event started with the screening of Faith in Chains, a documentary about Abdul Shakur Sahib, who was unjustly imprisoned for his faith.
I am from the Ahmadi Muslim community of Pakistan. In 1974, we were declared non-Muslims. Our houses and shops were looted.
After the screening of the documentary, the event was followed by a panel discussion between Shkur Bhai, a lawyer Khalil Sahib, and Usman Ahmed, who shared his personal experiences of life as an Ahmadi in Pakistan.
I want to start with the story of a boy. He was a 9-year-old kid. He was from this town called Hyderabad, and he went to school there, and he was just sort of speaking about his experiences. He was a 9-year-old boy, by the way. One day he went to his Islamiyat class, and the teacher, and he was the only Ahmadi in his class, by the way. The teacher sort of got all the other kids to make a circle around him. And then the teacher in the class passed every student a picture of the founder of the community and told them to take the picture and sort of trample it under their feet for the duration of the lesson. And this was like a 25-30 minute lesson, and that was the lesson.
Lawyer Khalil Yusuf explained how Pakistani authorities are at the forefront of violating the human rights of Pakistani Ahmadis.
Under the constitution, Ahmadis are not able to identify as Muslims, and it is probably the only country in the world in which one section of the community, citizens of that country, are legally misdefined in terms of their faith. There's no precedent for this in any other country in the world.
Audience members, including students and professors from the University of Cambridge, expressed their shock after learning about the plight of Ahmadis in Pakistan.
I learned about the persecution and I had no idea of the persecution back in Pakistan. We had never discussed this, so I'm just glad that I learned about all of the background from this documentary. There is so much persecution that I still don't know about. And that's awful, but also that there is also resilience. And so it was very inspiring to see.
I believe in bravery in battle, courage in conviction, and I've met many brave and courageous men and women, but Shakur Sahib is second to none. For me, as I said, it was inspiring, but more importantly, it was about people coming together to hear a story that very few people will be able to experience. And it's hard to even imagine what it might be like to be in those circumstances.
Yeah, it was definitely something I didn't expect because I'm relatively unfamiliar with Pakistani culture. But yeah, it was definitely quite surprising that people get persecuted for their faiths. What's shocking is that something so blatantly violating could happen in like broad daylight. And there would be no legislative sort of measures to prevent that.
The event ended on a positive note about the hope for justice in Pakistan for Ahmadis.
It's really important that we support those voices in Pakistan and beyond who try and ensure that everybody who lives in Pakistan is able to live with freedom.
This was the first in a series of planned screenings of the Faith in Chains documentary series.
This event went so well that we are hopefully planning, inshallah, to host similar events like these. This happened in Cambridge because Shukul Bhai was in Cambridge. We want to hold more in London, in Surrey, so that more people can be informed about the Ahmadiyya Muslim community and also about the persecution and the human rights abuses that members of the Ahmadiyya community are facing.
Nushair Rashid, MTA News.